official video.
You can do one Mumbai, you may lose Balochistan.
2, 1, 0. F-139 mortar.
This man is a horrible man. He must be shunned.
For them to count. Our job is to hit the target, not to count the body bags.
Namaste, sir. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Parth. How are you? How you been
I'm
doing?
doing well. And since all of the things which are happening in the Iran conflict, I thought we should have a small presentation for the audience, and we can, cover it one by one in the slides, right? So
Yes.
let's proceed to that very quickly,
Let's
right?
start. Yeah, let's start.
Okay. So with Iran's military forces, the regular army is about 600,000 and the IRGC is about 200,000.
For our audience, our Indian army is around 12 lakh or more, though our paramilitary, ITBP, BSF, CRPF are much larger, maybe 8 or so. But yes, for the regular army, they are half our army. So it's not a small country and not a small army, just for our guests to analyze and estimate.
Correct. And then, as far as the air power which is concerned, so Iran is having about roughly 350 aircraft in service, and these are mostly pre 1979. Interestingly, American-made aircraft. So this is before the Iranian Revolution, where America and Iran were allies, and there are no like good spare parts or upgrades which have happened on these aircraft. So they have severely limited combat readiness, and because they are such a relic in the past, they are not any match for any kind of modern platform which exists in the air force
Yes.
anywhere in the world. So if we go, this is what has been really
This
of
is their
interest now.
strong point. If you see Russian F-15 and 16s, maybe 15 only, sorry, MiG-21, 29, that is what they've got. So Air Force, they are not very strong, but what they have built is this missile arsenal as well as their drone arsenal, which is huge. 3,000 is what they say. People say it can be 10,000, can be 20,000. There is no limit because they've been manufacturing in the last 2-3 years. They've been adding on to their manufacturing capability.
And in this case, there's some estimates where they have 3,000 plus ballistic missiles, and some of which we have seen being fired in the last 1 or 2 weeks,
So
which we
they've
have
got
seen.
ballistic, they've got hypersonic. Okay, so hypersonic are the ones which cannot be, traced by an air defense system, at least Patriot and the Chinese ones. So
Correct.
these are difficult to trace. That's why, and they also have these cluster missiles, wherein one missile gives a mother missile gives birth to say 10 or 15 child missiles. So if they're an air defense missile counter missile which is trying to shoot it down, it will not know which ones to shoot. Maybe it will shoot one, still 8 or 7 will still fall, and that is why if you see the Iron Dome of Israel is not working to its full capacity, and this is always a threshold when the design is there. Multiple number of missiles will actually cross the threshold, and the defense system will be pregnant.
And in this case, some of the ones that we see are of importance are the Fateh, Shahab,
Yes.
the Sejil, Khorramshahr, the Sumar, Yali, and the Quds
Yes.
variant. So we haven't really seen the hypersonic, at least where in large quantities being struck. Like this is the part where Iran is supposedly outshining others in terms of attack capability. So remains to be seen how that will work. The interesting part is the many of these missiles are stored in underground tunnels and concealed
Yes.
bases. So it's not known that where all of these stocks are. It is one can only
Yes.
guesstimate or estimate based on whatever information or intelligence exists for the defense forces.
Okay.
And then, if we go towards the drone warfare, there are other things specifically, which is the Shahed loitering munitions. Then there are some different tactics that they're using with swarm saturation. And then the interesting thing is because it's a cost asymmetry, because each drone is so particularly very cheap in compared to expensive missiles, which are interceptor missiles. So it kind of drains the opposition's fight by forcing them to use expensive technology to fight cheaper technology. So it becomes a war of economics in a way rather than the war
Okay.
of military.
I think one input is there that as of early 2026, it's in the open intelligence that Iran has two hypersonic variants of missiles. One is Fateh 1 and Fateh 2, and they work in speeds ranging from Mach 13 to Mach 15. So bypassing advanced air defense systems. So this is there in the open.
Right. So Iran is one of the leading countries in drone warfare, and they have used some designs which have been copied by the West and supposedly improved, which is what one of the CENTCOM commanders said in a recent interview to the press. So this is, you
And
know,
Iran has also given these missiles and drones to Russia for the Ukraine attack. So if you
right.
see, they have been tested in the Ukraine war, Russia-Ukraine war, and further now Russia is also supporting them, maybe giving some stocks back for Iran's use. So that is also there.
Yep. And then the other part is the three H's that we have discussed in the past, which are the
Hezbollah. They are also
uh,
activated now. Yeah.
yes, yes, like the biblical horsemen of death. In this case, this is the three H's of the card of decks, or whatever you like to call cards in the decks of the Iran.
The
Uh,
three devils,
um,
I should say. The three
yes,
devils.
three devils.
So Houthis are
Forces.
already showing their onslaught in the Red Sea. Hezbollah is attacking Israel, and Israel is trying to finish them. And Hamas is also, whatever is left, is also activated. So they are going all out. Iran is going all out for the attack.
That's right. These proxies are the powerful ways that the Iran is fighting a asymmetric warfare, where it is not just an official state, but then associated proxies who are fighting against the opposing forces. In this case, United States and Israel.
Okay.
And then, so what is the response to all of these things? So, US and Israeli operations have been conducted inside Iran, where many of the radar sites and air defense batteries, the ballistic missiles, launch facilities, some of the CNC command and control infrastructure has been hit. The presidential palace and even the supreme leader's residence, in which Khomeini, he was taken out in the missiles or the drone strike or missile strike, which was conducted by the United States on Iran. And one has to think also, okay, so what are the naval operations associated with this incident? So we have known recently that, okay, so there was a Iranian warship which was returning from India to all the way to go back to Iran, and it was sunk off the coast of Sri Lanka, which is Iris Dana, right? And in this case, the US submarine located and torpedoed the Iranian warship, and this is kind of one of the interesting incidents since World War II, where the first confirmed torpedoed kill was observed, where we can observe now, because of the naval power the US has, that this conflict has extended well beyond the Middle East theater, which is happening.
Yes, yes.
Now, if you look at the intelligence operation, what is it with the situation? How are they getting this kind of aspect? So there are, these four things at least we have to consider. There is, traffic camera hacking, which is happening. There is, pattern of life, like what is somebody's daily routine, which is going to be captured. Then, what is the human intelligence, which is being gathered from the ground. Then the mobile networks are also a target, considering the conflict has been in such a situation that since years and decades they have been sanctioned, so much of the equipment can be targeted and jammed, right? So this is one of the aspects of getting things into perspective. So, what are the key takeaways from this quick talk? So, Iran's missiles and drones are the real power. It's not the air force, which is the relatively grounded or old one. So, the proxy warfare allows Iran to project force globally without claiming that they are directly responsible for it. So, the US-Israeli intelligence penetrate deep inside Tehran to eliminate the supreme leader, because they must have got some information on where they're meeting, what is the correct extent of resources and all these things. And then the conflict has extended globally than what it used to be. So I think based on these things, this is quite the summary for the last couple of weeks. What's really happened with some of the strikes that's happened by Iran and other countries. But this talks about the main capabilities of United States and the uh, Iran side as well. That way, we are able to quickly talk about what's happened so far with technology and things like that. So, as Sir is back
Yeah,
with us, he can
yeah.
explain a
So
little bit
there
more.
was some, yeah, technical glitch. So what I was trying to say, that there was a joint exercise with the Indian Navy, I think Milan, Operation Milan, wherein all the navies of the neighboring countries had come, and this aircraft, I think the naval ship had left the exercise, and thereafter it was in the international waters when it was attacked. And there are news that it had requested, and much below the Sri Lankan waters. So point is that was beyond us to take care, and this is the first naval ship which has been attacked by a torpedo since World War II. So if you
Attacked by
see,
torpedo since a really long
yeah,
time.
since World War II,
Yes.
after World War II, this is the first attack by a torpedo. Generally, the submarines have a torpedo, and torpedo was fired on this naval ship, warship, and it was destroyed. So that was one point.
So coming back to this particular slide for the technology aspect of things, yes, sir. So please tell us, since you're an expert in this area, please tell us, something about the technology aspect of things.
Yeah, sure. So if you remember, Mossad had done an operation for the pager attack against Hezbollah, and that was a pure electronic warfare operation, wherein these pages were, smuggled, and all these we have discussed in our last episode how the detonators and the ammunition were put in, explosives were put in the pager, and how it had taken. So since then, I feel Mossad has penetrated in Iran's entire government installations and defense installations, especially IRGC also. So in the last attack last year with the bombers, they had tried to destroy the nuclear arsenal, and since then they had been planning that if we want a regime change, we should get Khomeini out. Okay, we should like they are done with Yahya Silver. Okay, the Hamas. Chief. So what they did was, see, tracking a VIP or such a high, very very important target is not so easy. But then these entourage of vehicles have drivers, they have the assistants, they have the PAs, they have the people who are guarding the security. So what Iran has done for pure surveillance, they have created a network of CCTV cameras for better surveillance. What Mossad and IDF did was they had penetrated into their security surveillance network, and they could hack all the cameras near the IRGC and the Khomeini's presidential estate. With that, they over the years, it is like training, understanding, there are pattern following. You understand a pattern, you analyze a pattern. Same thing, if you remember, there was an air base in, I think, if I'm not wrong, in the Middle East, where a US soldier was wearing a health band, and with the health band every day he used to go for a run, and with that running episode, they could understand what are the boundaries of the camp, and they actually attack as a guerrilla warfare. So these are called as pattern analysis, pattern training, and trying to understand what is a pattern. So they went through the pattern of these vehicles, their drivers and guards, what time they come, what time they go, and over months they analyze. Okay, this is the time, and with especially with these specific vehicles, he comes and his entourage comes. And when there was a very important meeting, so what happens is that so many vehicles generally come to this place. So they knew exactly what is going to happen. And one Saturday, they realized that these vehicles, which are important, which carry Khamenei and his top leadership, have actually come to this presidential estate or their conference room where they do these important meetings. Further, with CIA and Mossad, they collaborate with the. So this is something called as signal intelligence. What I was trying to tell you, through various signals and other factors, they get it. And second is the human intelligence, human. That is how we call it. And so SIGINT and human are collaborated. So, okay, they're corroborated, and what you come to know is that yes, the SIGINT, what it is trying to say, the human is also corroborating the same. We do this in core of signals in an army. SIGINT for the terrorists, we do the same thing. We monitor their phones, we monitor and understand the pattern, and then we go for the attack. We know at this village this terrorist is there, because over the pattern, his movement patterns, his talking patterns, we know he is inside, and that is how we ambush him. In the same way, Khamenei was also ambushed. Okay. Further, what they did further is use of technology during the time of attack. When the attack time was decided, they ensured all the cellular towers around that place are hacked. Hacked in the sense, they are jammed. The calls are busy. The network is not there. So during that specific, say 10, 15 minutes or half an hour of the operation, which was pre-decided, pre-planned, before a day or so, or maybe some hours ago, and they say, okay, we are going to attack. As our traffic analysis, network analysis, we've come to know that most probably this high-level meeting with Khamenei and his top officials are happening. Human which are with the spies which are there inside his IRGC inner circle, they say yes, something is there. He's inside the building. Further, you jam all the cellular towers so that his guards and all, they are not able to communicate during that time if there is an attack. So the first immediate response doesn't come up. And finally, when the attack happens, the missiles go and attack, or the fighters go and attack. So many bombs are delivered. It is a chaos because your entire communication network is spoiled, and you specifically know he's in the building. So they fired around 30 odd bombs on that same building. So there is no, if you see the pre and post images, you'll find it is total damage, total annihilation. Nobody can survive. Further, the Iranian media said that, he knew of the attack and he did not move. This is, in my opinion, is all bullshit. If a person knows that he's so important, after he goes, his entire regime is going to go. He will never sit down like what they say for Yaya Silva. I was they Since they had no option, they died in the same condition it was as it was there in the photograph. So same goes for Khamenei. They did not anticipate this will happen, and that Mossad will infiltrate so deep into IRGC and then. So that is how tech has been used, including cellular, satellite, CCTV cameras. Okay. And further, this pattern analysis is done through AI software, state of the art AI software. So generally, this is a pattern most, say 100%, 99.9%, Khamenei with his top officials is there in this building, and you can attack. And then decision is taken within, minutes. The fighters bomb the place and it's all. So this is how tech is used in geopolitics, and that is in your channel, and that is the USP of your channel and my YouTube channel. You know, Comtech, Dr. Sidharth and Parth, that we discuss geopolitics, taking the understanding of technology, and especially in these wars, where technology play a very important role. Okay, so technology with the missiles and the air power is how the wars are being fought today. So that Iran has been attacking all the supporters of US now, Saudi, UAE, Oman, Qatar. He's attacked everybody. Pakistan is left, and it knows that Pakistan's airspace and the land air bases are being used for the attack on Iran. uh, it may attack Pakistan also. And Afghanistan is already, Taliban is already attacking various bases, air bases, as we discussed last time, Nur Khan base and other Mohammed base of Pakistan. And this confrontation, they're killing soldiers on a regular basis in tens. I think this is a right situation for India to go for OPSINT 2. कि लोहा गरम है and हथौड़ा मार देना चाहिए, and there are some predictions also that end of March this may start. So let's see. So exciting times ahead for geopolitics and technology.
Yes, sir. Even by traditional Vedic astrology, also
Astrology.
we say that right now it's the time of conflict or war.
Yeah,
So quite
21st
interesting.
March, if I'm not wrong, the things are changing for war scenarios. So let's see how
Yes.
things change.
For sure, sir. So thank you again, sir. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming. And then we shall do this very soon once again. So Jai Hind,
yeah,
Jai
with
Bharat.
new update, surely. Okay, take care. All the best.